Guys, welcome back to the Seahawks Social. Denny Dumas, Santa Claus, posing or sitting in for Lucas McCann this evening. Rough game. Very, very, very rough game. About half the team was the replacements today, as most guys are injured. But we're going to quickly talk about it because this is very painful. Here we go. Talk to me about why Santa isn't coming.
Well, Santa might not come. This is a threat to all Seahawks out there that if they don't pull this off next week, Santa may not come.
What's the worst case scenario for the Seahawks? Because it seems like after that performance, I think the worst case scenario is an absolute option.
Well, so what I'm wondering though is, okay, so we're injured. Obviously, the whole team is injured. So do we sit this team out next week and just like say goodbye, but then we have to play the wild card game, or do we bring back and do everything we can to win this? Like our team right now, we're not winning next week with what we have today.
That's a conversation I had with Mike Bell today, actually. And my score prediction for next week was 34-17 Niners.
I'm honestly thinking that right now. So, you know, if we're gonna lose that game, like, I don't know. I'm just so concerned that there's some injuries out there that we need one more week to heal. But or do we try to do everything we possibly can, win that game next week, and then you have the bye week? But is that going to do us any benefit right now? I don't know.
The Seahawks right now have 15 guys on injury. 15.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of big names too. That's the problem, right? On defense,
well,
Shaquille Griffin's hurt
too.
Exactly. Clowney's out. Quandre Diggs is out.
Bobby Wagner
played today, but he was like a game time decision. Sprained his ankle last week.
Like,
Kendricks.
We need a running back. We have Carson, Penny, and Prosise out.
Being a run first offense, Lucas, are you concerned right now with our options at running back?
Yeah, 100%.
I thought you were going to say we don't have any options.
Yeah. I'm willing to explore other options after seeing what happened tonight.
What?
Like who's the fifth string? Do we have one?
Well, I don't mind Homer. I think he could be good in a few years. He's just brand new.
No, exactly.
He's not going to be.
Is Russell injured though? Because he easily could have done a little bit more on his feet tonight, but he just chose not to.
I don't think he wants to. I think all season he's been like that, right?
It's true. He hasn't gone for any big runs. He's just kind of like protecting himself and trying to stay healthy, which is, I get. But, I mean, I felt like near the end of the game, like, hey, where'd Metcalf go? Is he injured? Because I didn't see him for like the last half, it felt like.
In the first quarter, he had a big drop on third down, which was brutal. And then I don't know if he got thrown to it all the rest of the game.
How do you guys feel about Pete Carroll's play calling that game?
Well, why did he keep trying to throw these bombs to Lockett when they're just trying to get a pass interference call? Like, obviously, if they're throwing the bomb to Lockett, then somebody else is open because he's getting triple teamed down the field.
I think that was more just out of desperation at the end of the game. I think I don't know. What do you do on offense right now though? Because they don't have a running back. Their top three running backs are injured, and they tried to pass the ball in the first half, but Russell Wilson got hit probably about 97 times in the first quarter.
But it's tough too, because like all season you're so focused on running, right? You have two running backs, your entire game plan is running, and now you have to change everything. Mm-hmm. That's tough.
Yeah. The O-line was just so bad today.
Yeah, no, of course. 100%.
Every time Russell Wilson dropped back, he was getting hit. Every single time. So you say, what do you do with play calling? I don't know. What's the answer? What do you do with play calling? You can't throw the ball because you don't have any time. You can't run the ball because you don't have a running back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Hollister was the only one who had a good game today, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. I think so too. And your boy Myers actually kicked the field goal, which was good for him. Well done.
Myers has made 11 field goals in a row. No big deal.
That's no big deal, you know? Just what we need.
Lucas says that's not a big deal.
That's just a part of his job. It's expected.
I get it.
Hope Meyer. Have you guys heard of that website Cameo? So you can like pay athletes whatever to say stuff. Hopefully Myers is on it. Maybe I get Lucas a nice gift, nice Christmas present, a nice message.
He makes enough money. He needs to be like getting paid to like call somebody and say happy birthday, fucking Jason Myers.
$20 is $20.
No, man.
That was tough to watch today, man. Did you watch the game, Lucas? The whole game?
Yeah. Not the whole game, but I was in and out. I was listening to the whole game, or otherwise I was watching it. So I knew what was going on the whole time, but I have to tell you that when it was 7-7 and they run at 80 yards or something like that to tie it up.
Yeah, that was their first touchdown. Yeah, that was to tie it up.
That's when I was like getting nervous. Something's going on here because it's just running right through us. I knew it was going to be a tough game at that point. But fuck Carson, man. Like, what do we do next week? This is my question. We're injured, so we need these people to be healthy in the playoffs, and playoffs is more important. And we're already in the playoffs, so do we fight for the game next week or not?
I think if I was the coach, I would say let's not rush anyone back. Like if Diggs is healthy, great, play him. If Clowney's healthy, great, play him. But if they're a borderline game time decision, save them for the playoffs.
Yeah,
like if they're healthy, sure, let's try to win next week. But I don't want to rush people back to get them more injured and not have them 100% and play like shit anyway and lose anyway and get hurt again.
This is not the podcast I wanted to have this week. I thought our only conversation was, okay, so we destroyed Arizona. We have another PED suspension. Now what? Nope.
Seems like someone's coming after the Seahawks right now, eh?
Bullshit. Yeah, I think, there's a few people on that team that I just hope they're not looking at us. Oh my God.
Why don't they announce what they got caught for?
I don't know.
Does anyone know
That's
that?
a good question. I don't know.
Like, why do they always just say PED, whatever, banned substance?
Maybe just a huge concoction of like a bunch of things.
Say the substance. Yeah, but say it. List them out.
I know.
Because if it's weed, it's fucking bullshit, and everyone in the league should be suspended.
It probably is what it is. It probably is weed, and you can't say anything. Yeah.
There's no chance in hell Lamar Jackson is not smoking weed. Have you heard him in post-game interviews? Come on. Guy can't put sentences together.
That guy should not be talking. He should have a translator.
It's funny that the reporters still go after him every game, though.
I know.
Like, he doesn't say anything.
Nothing intelligent, anyways. He's just a super athlete. Like, he's super talented at what he does, but he's like, that's it. Football's his thing, and well, let him play.
Do you remember Sean Marion? Remember Sean Marion for the Phoenix Suns that played with Steve Nash?
Yeah.
He was like the same, man. His post-game interviews are just so... Freak athlete. Really good, obviously. Yeah. Just can't put a sentence together.
Dude, he was the first mumble rapper, man.
He was?
The way he talked
How do you know
in interviews.
What?
How do you know... What are you talking about, Carl? Say that again.
Mumble rappers.
Because Sean Marion just mumbles if you ever heard him in an interview.
Oh, I see what you're saying. First mumble rappers. Yeah. Mumble rappers are a thing. Where'd that come from? That and pink hair and tattoos all over your face.
The face tats, man.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Where do we go from here, Lucas?
We just focus on the playoffs. At this point, we focus on the playoffs. We're in the playoffs. Now let's find a way to get our team healthy, because we obviously, if we don't have a healthy team, we're not making it. We're not getting past that first game.
As a diehard Seahawks fan, what is your level of optimism right now?
As a super biased diehard fan, I think we can get past the wild card game, and it just depends on who our opponent is. I'm not even looking to the Super Bowl at this moment in time. I'm looking at who we're playing next.
Well, the Eagles won, so it looks like they're going to win that division. So if we...
But it's not guaranteed.
No, it's not. They still have to win next week.
Yeah.
But
who do they play?
I'm not sure. Let's say we're either playing one of those two teams, right? We're either in Philly or in Dallas.
which I'm okay with, actually, to tell you the truth.
Just a not healthy Seahawks team in either of those places is not like a for sure win.
No, it's not a for sure win, but I would rather play one of those two teams in the playoffs right now. I'm okay with that. I think we got that game in a do or die situation where you're pulling out trick plays and
because you got to think Clowney and Diggs and. Well, I didn't really hear what happened to Carson today, but hopefully Carson would be back for that game too, even if they sit out next week.
I don't know what happened. Is there any news on that?
All it said was hip injury.
Nothing specific.
Yeah, all it said was hip. And then Prosise was what? Shoulder or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's all they say in the games.
So they got like body checked and they're okay type thing, or
probably just banged up or stinger or something.
I saw Carson get hit and he was like limping as he got up. It didn't look like a bad hit. He got hit hard, but it didn't look like a bad hit. And as he got up, he was limping and he didn't come back. So he walked off the field though, so it can't be too bad, but all they said was hip injury.
Has he had injuries before? Like, has he ever struggled with injuries or nothing serious? I
haven't seen him battling anything this season.
No, he's looked great this season.
Yeah.
Not that I know of either.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think they took a big step backwards this week.
Mm-hmm.
They look bad. It's hard to how do you evaluate them though? With let's say on an honest percentage, 35% of your starters not.
It's
playing.
A different team,
totally.
Well, yeah. I mean, at this point, it's just your heart that's in it, and you're just mad that they lost to a team that's 4-9 or 1 or whatever. Shouldn't have lost, but you understand, like, team's injured. 15 people. How many of those are starters? Like, we can't expect to win a game like that. But what do we do? Like, are we like, as fans, are we super nervous for next week or for the playoffs, or do you think are we optimistic that these guys are week by week or day by day and we can get them in?
That's a good question. I'm not super optimistic. I am kind of terrified, to be honest.
Especially since a lot of these guys have been battling stuff for like a bunch of weeks now, right? It's been an ongoing issue.
Like Clowney's been battling that, what is it, rib injury?
It's a core. They're calling it core.
Yeah, for like 6 or 7 weeks.
They said he was sick last week, but I think it was still the core.
Yeah. Diggs? What was Diggs? Was his ankle?
Yeah, high ankle sprain.
Oh yeah, his looked shit too. It looked really bad when he did
it. Yeah, but what are they saying about those guys?
Well, Diggs was ruled out for this week pretty early. So I don't know what high ankle sprains are shit, man. It could be fucking 4 weeks on those things. Who knows? Like in the playoffs, he'd probably try and play, but having a bye for someone like that with a sprained ankle, it would be huge.
Yeah.
I just don't see any way they're winning next week.
Right now, I don't. And that's what I'm saying is that if all these people who are questionable right now for next week and are inactive this week, like, do we even bother? I'm saying we don't even bother. Like, you know what they should do is they should revoke that flex and put them back at the 1 o'clock game. And let's just call it what it is. Let's just give them a win and not even play the game.
Announcement tomorrow morning. Seattle has asked to be put back to the 1 o'clock game.
And forfeit the game so that they have a week bye. Can you do that? Let's just put all the starters. Let's do a preseason game where all the backups are in, including our backup quarterback. Everybody's backup. Let's play the game. Let's have fun. But at the end of the day, we're not playing any starters because we need to get to that wild card game. That's where I'm at right now. I don't think we're not winning next week, in my mind, with what we have going on. So,
could you imagine how pissed off the NFL would be if the Seahawks actually took that strategy and lost like 68-3 on Sunday Night Football? Last game of the year.
That's yeah. Oh my god. So, oh my god. There's some big people on that list who are injured right now.
It was nice to see Ansa come back and look much better this week. It's just that if we have one guy capable of rushing the passer on our team, it's pretty easy to stop that one guy. And on the other side of the ball, on offense, it's just shockingly bad how bad they are. Their offensive line is ranked 31st in the league, Lucas. Second last. At this point, when I'm seeing all these stats throughout the year, I'm saying, how are we possibly 11-4? Going into this game, how are we possibly 11-3? It makes no sense. Did you? Yeah. Okay, remember I tagged you in that Instagram post?
Yeah.
Carl and Lucas, did you watch that video?
Yes.
It was like 3 videos of the guy saying why Russell Wilson is like an ESPN reporter, why Russell Wilson is the MVP. Yeah. He was throwing out these stats. So O-line, 31st in the league. The Baltimore O-line, first in the league.
They're first in the league.
First in whatever their efficiency, O-line efficiency stat is. It's like whatever, time for the quarterback.
Pressure,
knockdown, sacks, all that kind of shit. Then like the Baltimore defense was in the top 10 in I think every single category. Top 5 in a couple, but top 10 in every category. He was talking about their receivers. He was talking about Ingram, their running back.
Yep.
And then he was talking about the Seattle defense is in the bottom 10 in almost every category. And so he's like, remove Russell Wilson from the Seahawks and they're like a 4-12 team. Remove Lamar Jackson from the Baltimore Ravens, they're still making the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you need more than 1.6 seconds to drop back.
That's crazy.
Review the field.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Today was ridiculously bad.
Today was likely the worst game I have witnessed in a very long time. And I understand that they were all injured, but you gotta also think that they don't know what to do if they have to start going to the third and fourth strings. Like they just haven't gone out there in a real game situation yet. So they're screwed.
If you're saying Russell Wilson only has 1.6 seconds and both Lockett and Metcalf are downfield receivers,
exactly,
that is tough.
Yeah. So imagine how far he's throwing that ball, but how high he has to toss it to give himself the time to do it.
But at that point, you're not reading defenses. You're just guessing.
You're just guessing. 100%. You're just guessing. That's not the formula to win a game, but it's a formula to try to survive and not get knocked out and hit. I get it, but I'm just like I think my biggest concern is what are we doing next week? Like, what kind of team can we field? Yeah. The good news is that we still have a chance. We still have a chance to clinch. But, I mean, does that chance just mitigate what we're actually going to have to go through in the playoffs through an injured team?
I don't know.
Because you got to think that, like, San Fran, like, we beat San Fran, but they didn't have Kittle in. They didn't have Gold in. They didn't have some of their top players in when we played them. And we just snuck by them. So they're healthier, way healthier than we are. I mean, why do we even bother? I'm saying right now, why do we bother playing this game? I say we put in the 4th string CFL call-ups and let's just put them out there.
Put a bunch of pylons. Just take the wild card
out there and not get fined, and let's make our way to the wild card.
Let's not get fined. That's our goal. What's your goal for week 17? We're trying to not get fined.
No more PEDs, please.
Is that the Marshawn Lynch line?
We're gonna, we'll pull a bunch of people out of retirement. We'll have some we'll have auditions for the fans, and we're just filling some roles. If you can kick a ball, awesome. If you can take a hit, all free ticket for the game, even though you're playing. It's just, isn't there a movie about this called The Replacements? Like,
yeah, that's what Carl said during the game today.
With Keanu Reeves, baby.
Yeah, like I think that honestly, that's got to be our solution right now. Let's just get to this wild card game. We're not winning next week with this, and I don't want to put these guys out there. I want another week to get these guys healthy.
Do you remember Marshawn Lynch's interviews at the end of his career?
Yeah,
they'll ask him anything. They'll be like, Marshawn, blah 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 blah. How'd you play today? Whatever. He'll be like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Then they ask him another question. What do you think of Russell Wilson? Just here so I don't get fined. And he'd just do the whole interview like that. It'd be 6 minutes. And then at the end, like towards the end of the season, he's like, guys, I don't know why you keep asking me up here. I'm just going to say the same thing every time. Because I think he got fined one time early in the year because he declined an interview or something.
Yeah.
After the games, apparently you have to say yes if they ask you to come into the press conference or whatever.
I guess it's part of your contract.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be available, but
they don't tell you what you have to say.
Yeah.
No, exactly. As long as you're on camera and they can ask questions, doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah. And then I can't remember who it was. It might have been like Earl Thomas or I can't remember. One of the defensive guys like came up with him to one of the interviews and just answered all the questions for him.
Yeah.
And so they would ask a question and they'd just be like, yeah, Marchand had a great game today. He he's a real team player. He ran through the opponent's defense. He had 127 yards. He played really well. And then they'd ask another question to Marchand and this guy would just keep answering. You remember that one?
I do. Yeah.
So
and Marchand just nodding his head.
Yeah. Just laughing, eating Skittles on the side.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's make some predictions for next week.
Okay, so
should we just skip the points for this week? Everyone gets 0. Let's move on.
I think we are not allowed. Didn't we make this rule that we're not allowed to pick against Seattle? So we're giving up that point.
I'm picking against Seattle next weekend. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm trying to win the fucking points game, Lucas.
Yep. I'll let you pick first.
Okay. 34-17 Niners.
Oh my God. Carl?
31-17 Niners.
Basically the exact same as me.
God.
Carl's pulling the $1 Price is Right thing here.
What was yours again?
I said 34-17. You're like, yeah, 33-17.
You're gonna miss that field goal.
Oh my God. I'm going Niners and I'm gonna say 38-6.
Wow.
Yikes.
Myers is the only one putting points on that board next week, guys.
Fuck, you're all over Myers.
Oh my
now.
God.
You're back in the bandwagon.
He's going to kick 5 field goals, though, but he's only getting 6 points.
Do you see in the first quarter today? They had a 52-yard field goal lined up, and they took a delay of game penalty just so they could punt.
Yeah.
But he was on the field ready to go.
Wow.
And Pete's like, no, we're not doing it.
That must be great confidence.
We can't rattle him anymore. He just needs to be kicking the little punts, but he still can't.
But later in the game, he made a 52-yarder.
Well, don't tell me this. So whenever time he lines up for a field goal, you are thinking, it's in the back of your mind. You're like, oh fuck, Myers, don't please make this, please just make this. You are.
Well, it's mostly because the shit I'm gonna have to hear from you afterwards if he misses.
Well, I don't think you're gonna hear from me afterwards. You're probably gonna hear from me the moment it happens.
Oh man,
I'm gonna get you a Myers jersey because you're such a good fan.
I'm in.
Would you rock it?
I'd like that black one with the green numbers.
That was nice. The smoke?
Yeah, they should wear that next year. We should get matching ones for the podcast next year.
I'm going to get you the pink ones, like the lady sizes, the pink and white ones.
I'll rock it.
Yeah, no, I know you will. Nice thin. You're going to have the small fitted one. That's the one I'm getting you. Say Myers on it. Merry Christmas.
Shall we get out of here? That was tough. You know what? I'm happy that we had this conversation. I feel a little bit better. We got to make some jokes. We put each other in a better mood. It was rough out there today.
We should almost do these podcasts when they lose right away, not simmer on it for a day. That should be the new rule.
Oh, it's absolutely therapeutic for me.
Yeah, I was going to say it's therapy.
Totally. I feel much better. Thanks, Lucas.
You're welcome.
Thanks for dressing so festive, too. Looking over and seeing Santa Claus as opposed to your ugly mug every week. Like, this is a nice change.
Dude, your beard is way better than mine.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd bring the Arizona colors in just for fun this week.
Should we talk about games next week, or there's no good games next week?
I know the good game is tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. Packers, Vikings.
The rest, all the top 5 teams have easy games next week.
Yeah.
Next week,
who do the Saints play?
The Saints play the Panthers.
Fuck, they're like literally the worst team in the league the last 4 weeks.
The Ravens against the Steelers, Chiefs and Chargers, Patriots and Dolphins.
Steelers lost today, right? To the Jets.
Yes, they lost today to the Jets. I'm very upset.
Did I think Baltimore already wrapped up first place in the AFC, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they might not even play guys next week.
Yeah, they're gonna put in the replacements too.
Fuck, should they borrow them from Seattle?
They've won 10 straight. Like those guys are just steamrolling the league right now. It's ridiculous. But Lamar got just pile drive. Got a massive hit against him. It didn't look like it affected him, but he's just one hit away. That's it.
He's gonna have 2 weeks off though. He'll probably play the first quarter next week.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing next week too. We're just gonna put out what we can put out, and then everybody sits down after the first run. We're 14-0, 5 minutes into the game. Like, okay, everybody, Geno Smith, get out there.
Do you think it's based on how the game goes though? Like, let's say first quarter we're up 10-7. They're probably going to try to win the game. Whereas like first quarter they're down 21-3.
I think they have to put out everybody the best team they can because people are paying big dollars for that game next week. Like they're $500 a ticket right now.
I wonder why. I don't think it's gonna be a good game at all.
I have a feeling I have a feeling those prices are gonna drop pretty fast in the next few days there.
So the Denny tactic would really pay off this week?
What?
I actually looked it up. You're right. Your tactic, like right when the game started, tickets were down to $75 today.
In the upper deck.
Well, still, yeah. But $130 tickets were now $75.
Yeah.
Like that's $60 off. That's pretty good. That's the only tactic I would play next week. Fans, Seahawks fans, if you're getting tickets last minute, wait till the very last minute for next week.
Totally. All right, let's get out of here. Lucas, thank you for calling in.
Yep.
On your super busy holiday schedule. I know you're busy making toys.
Rub my belly for good luck and have a good weekend, everybody. Happy holidays.
All right, brother. Hey, that's a great point, Lucas. It's Christmas in a few days. Have a fantastic Christmas and
you too.
New Year's, everyone. We may be out of town next week, so we may do a late podcast like Wednesday, Thursday next week after the week 17. But
everybody go to their midnight mass and pray for a Seahawks healthy team.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. First of all, I don't think I'll be going to a midnight mass, but second of all...
well, that's why I'm telling everybody else to go for me, because I won't be there either.
Guys, we love you. Go Hawks. Hopefully we pull some sort of miracle out of our ass and win the division next week. I would love to see that happen. My confidence level is low.
All right. Peace out.
Later, guys.
Merry Christmas, boys.
Merry Christmas. Oh.
Thanks, Lucas. We love you.
Love you too, boys. Bye.
Later.